honest, in
Yeah,
September.
it's not very often you get it. Get it where there's so many teams that are actually competing. You occasionally get it where there's two competing, and then there's another one that's like in the wildcard chase or something.
Yeah,
But it's not often where you actually have four like properly close. I mean, the NL the NL East. Well, actually, all four of them were that close, were they? But they had three that were very close for a while.
yeah. Um, I don't. So it's hard to find like to even try and make the outlandish guess now which team it is that drops off. I think that's a lot of what people are kind of doing. I see a lot of like the massively outlandish predictions for the season, like you know, I've seen a lot of negativity like around the Braves, for instance, which is an easy argument to make because of their pitching injuries and the uncertainty of prospects. Um, but yeah, should we move on to something like awards?
What predicting the end of season awards?
Yeah, or any surprise candidates that you think there's going to be for that?
Yeah, okay. All right. So where should we start? So we've got the rookie of the year. Do you want to try and predict rookie of the year from each division? I mean, that's always difficult because you can always end up with someone just performing really well in the minors.
Yeah, it's really, really hard. Um, I like Victor Robles' chance in the National League.
Yeah, this is you've put me on the spot a bit here actually. So I've not actually I'm gonna have to add some candidates. There's Peter Alonso.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good shout because he's also on the opening day roster now,
Yeah, he's like first base, isn't
which is
he?
really big news.
Unless he's really streets the everyday first baseman. Um, I'm just scrolling teams here, trying to think of any that've got prospects like coming up. I mean,
I've got a cheeky outside shout actually. I think this is probably a more ridiculous prediction than the ones I was going to say. I was going to say Kyle Wright, but like these guys are already in the majors. I think Keston Hiura is a very interesting one.
yes,
He could
actually,
be up
even though
quickly.
he's only has he played Double A yet?
I think he was double A for a bit last year,
But
but
mainly
he's
high A, wasn't he? I think.
but he's a very, very good hitter.
Yeah,
And if they get either if he's brilliant, he obviously has to be brilliant early in the season. But if he if they get desperate or like they get injuries on the infield,
yeah. Well, you, I, I don't know actually. I don't know if anyone else has said this. I've not seen much, but about the Brewers and all the stuff they've been doing with second base, like last
yeah.
season, and they're planning to do this year. Well, I think planning to start Mustakas second base at the start of this year. I think.
Aren't they doing Shaw? It was Shaw
I
last
don't
year,
know.
or
I think
maybe
it was
it's
sure, but I
Moustakis.
saw stuff about Mustakas learning to play
Oh,
second.
it looks like he's been playing second in spring, so maybe it's Moustakis. Okay,
Yeah, but
I didn't
anyway, one
realize
of
that.
those guys who aren't really second basemen. I mean, I'd suggest that's well, Keston Hero probably has quite a bit to do with that. Them not getting a proper second baseman.
Yeah,
There's basically like he's that good a prospect, even for a team that's competing. They've basically been preparing for him to arrive, and he should be up some point this year. It's basically a question of if he's up early enough, isn't it?
yeah, and if you look at his offensive numbers in the minors, he's basically just braked like non-stop. Um,
Yeah,
so I think he's one that like if you're betting on it, he's pretty long odds because he seems like he's miles away. But we know how quickly these guys can come up, and particularly on a contending team, they are gonna. Well, you'd hope, like, say they get an injury to one of those two guys, or they're just struggling. They're not going
yeah,
to waste time calling him up, I don't think. And like you say, look, they've basically made space for him, perhaps this year. Um,
yeah.
so
Another actually slightly obvious contender, but a pitcher just to Chris Paddock
yeah,
is the one like pitcher that's going to contend. Although pitchers seem to only usually win it if no hitters have really stood it out.
yeah. If no hitters
But,
have actually got any base hits, then a pitcher might win it. But like,
yeah,
they don't seem to have much of a chance most of the time.
but yeah, like Chris Paddock, if he has a good year, he could do it.
Yeah,
I've not watched Chris Paddock to be honest, but like reading about him, I don't know. It seems. I feel like it seems like he's going to have like a slightly limited ceiling. I mean, he
Yeah,
could still be very, very good, but from what I can tell, he seems to basically be a fastball change-up guy. He's one of these guys that is like, he's got really good control for a prospect. So it's like, yeah, he could pitch in the majors, but it's also like, what's going to improve? Like scouting reports I've read say that he's basically not even close to having a breaking ball that's like any good. I think apparently his change-ups are really, really good, but still, it's like 2 pitches for a
and the
starting
thing
pitcher.
with those guys basically can't ever miss their spot, can they? It's like
No.
there's just no margin for error. There's
Yeah,
obviously
I
quite
think
concerning.
I think he has got up to like mid-ish, like up to like 96 with fastball. I think he does occasionally, but he's generally like a 92, 93 mile an hour fastball with a
Yeah,
change-up sort of guy. So it's sort of, yeah, he's sort of not super exciting as pitching prospects go. At least like, a lot of pitching prospects recently. There's, they like throw like 99.
yeah, with an absolutely hideous curveball as well. Like,
Yeah.
but then maybe
It's probably more reliable though. So a guy that's got control, it's like he is probably going to be a major league pitcher for this year. Like he's probably not going to really struggle. But there's also he's also got less of a chance of being amazing. Feels like.
yeah, just like a small window. It's like it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like that's going to make him an ace at any point. But then,
Yeah.
as we were just saying,
like
you don't necessarily need an ace.
No. And with the other pitching prospects they've got, it's like a couple of those come up in like next year or so, and they're the guys that have got the ridiculous stuff.
Yeah,
And one of those works out. You have him as like your third guy or something. It's pretty handy, potentially. But yeah, anyway, what about the American? Because that was quite a lot of time talking about the where we're going to get for all these awards.
I'm gonna not say Vlad because that's so boring.
Yeah, I mean Eloy. I feel it's the obvious one is like between those two.
It's
But
almost
Guerrero-
certainly between them. Kyle
yeah.
Tucker?
Yeah, actually, maybe. There's always going to be like surprise, though, aren't there? So there's going to be like a couple of surprise candidates.
Yeah, I'm not enough a prospect to know all of the depth of people's farm systems,
No,
unfortunately. I can look around a bit, but that's about as far as I
think
can do.
yeah, like Vlad, Eloy, Kyle Tucker are the obvious ones. I can't think of many people beyond. Got to be honest.
No, the thing is with those guys, they're so highly rated as well.
Yeah, I think it's the thing with a lot of the American League is there's a lot of teams that are really bad and don't have many prospects. Oh, actually, Austin Hayes possibly.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, there's loads of teams that are really bad and don't really have prospects yet. All those are teams that are really good, and most of their good prospects already arrived.
yeah. That's
Much.
true. You don't have not many teams on the way up. Well, any
Whereas
teams on
National
the way
League,
up
there's
actually.
like loads of. It's like it seems like everyone is sort of like not many national at their peak. There's like weren't last year, and maybe some of them are this year.
Yeah,
Like the
I agree.
Cardinals.
There's point is that they've got a few of the elite prospects, like the 3 we just mentioned. Forrest Whitley is
Oh yeah,
probably going to be up there as well. But they've got like the very top guys. But it doesn't feel like you've got farms where there's just going to be like a ton of people coming up, because the
No.
White Sox are still waiting for some, and then obviously Michael Kopech's injury.
the Rays always have some, don't they?
Yeah, the Rays have just got like random people appearing.
Yeah, well, there's some
just-
highly rated ones as well that I think maybe. I can't remember the name of the pitcher that had Tommy John actually, but he's just Tommy John, so
Honeywell,
yeah, that's
thinking?
it.
Brandwell. Yeah, I don't think he's going to pitch enough this year for that. So yeah, we've not really given a particularly good prediction on it on the American League, but I don't
I'm
think
going
there's that
Eloy
much to say.
Jimenez.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
because
don't
he's
know what
up for
to say.
opening day. As well, he's going to be up all year, definitely. Like Vladimir Guerrero is sort of, you assume they'd bring him up after the service time thing, but what if he? I mean, it's unlikely. But what if he's like not quite as good in AAA? There'll probably be like, more excuses to keep him down for a bit longer.
Yeah.
And stuff. So yeah. Okay. Which other awards now? So Cy Young or MVP? The major awards, aren't they?
Let's go Cy first.
Okay. It's Max Scherzer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really hard to not say Max Scherzer, isn't it? I think Noah Syndergaard's quite an interesting pick if he can actually pitch enough innings.
It's the thing with DeGrom last year, isn't it? With both of them, they both had like injuries like on and off for like the whole careers. It's basically DeGrom was fit for a year and he was really, really good.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the Mets in general.
Same with Syndergaard as well. It's sort of like, if he's healthy for a full year, he's potentially like the top like free pitcher in baseball.
Yeah, his stuff is that hideous, isn't it? Just like absolutely freaky stuff. Like if he could get somewhere near 2016 when he did 180 in it, you feel like he's got that. He had a 2.29 FIP in 2016. He's got that potential to have, well, maybe not quite what DeGrom did last year because that's sort of a freak, but he could be just like win it by a mile, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
The other contenders, there aren't really many, are there, actually? Like, they're in the National League East. There's the Rockies guys, but I can't see that happening.
No, not playing at Coors Field. Although basically the hitters get a boost, so the hitters are more likely to win MVP. Although people seem to vote the other way a bit too much.
They don't make up for it with the pitchers. That's the thing. So it's like they just lose out in general. Some of the younger guys in like the American League Central.
Actually, Walker Buehler.
Yes, yeah, that's
Walker
a good point.
Buehler is potential because he was really good last year.
He's the outside pick, isn't he? He's the outside pick if he can stay healthy and where they don't need to
possibly got a better chance than Kershaw.
Oh no, I'd say he definitely does. I'd say he's definitely got a better chance because Kershaw's just not going to play enough to win it. Like it's that simple. He's already got this like shoulder soreness, and he's not going to play a game until the middle of April. So I think that's quite reasonable.
Yeah, and then with the American League, actually pick for National League Cy Young. You've got one.
We've got to pick one. The outlandish one or the most likely? Because the likely is Max Scherzer.
Okay, Max Scherzer then. The Max Scherzer's dead.
But I'm going to go Syndergaard for if you had to bet on it, considering what the odds would probably be. I think I'd go Syndergaard.
That's quite a good way to do it, actually. I'd probably still bet on Scherzer because I think it's going to be Scherzer.
Yeah, his odds are very short, but I think that's fair enough.
You're not going to make much money, but still.
But you're probably going to win.
Yeah. So American League, you got the pitchers from the Ashes matchup later.
Yep.
Obviously. And the guys.
Yeah, it feels like Kluber or Bauer are pretty solid bets on this, doesn't it? I mean, Kluber's consistency is remarkable.
Yeah, I quite like Bauer because of the. I don't know. Well, he's big into data and stuff, isn't he?
Yeah.
Using all the data stuff and basically keeps trying to improve every year, like every off season. So like last off season when he broke out a lot, he'd added which one was it? Was it slider?
I can't remember which pitch he added.
Slider he added last year. It's either that way or the other way around. And then this off season he's added a change up, or at least like reworked on a change up a lot. And it's basically it has the same impact as last year. With like he now has another pitch that's really good. Um,